going on, you guys? Jess here from Original Ink by Jess. I work as an office assistant and volleyball coach in Arizona. And in today's video, we are going to be budgeting out August 2021. So we're going to lay out the monthly calendar. We're also going to map out my budget by paycheck worksheets and just kind of mapping everything out, so when it's time to budget out paycheck 1 and paycheck 2, we already laid down most of the groundwork. So let's get into it. Let's get to budgeting for August. So right here I have my bill tracker. It has a list of all my bills in order. So I like to split up my bills where they come out between checks. So if you can see right there, it's all listed out. I also have an overview that I'll be putting in this video so you guys can see what I'm doing here. But I wanted to try a different view so you guys can also see my face and how I get a little crazy when I'm budgeting. So let's get started. So the first thing that we'll do is I like to go in with pencil to mark everything out so I know I have everything spelt right and also on the right dates. So I'll do that and then we'll make everything look pretty. So what I'm actually going to do as well is take these out so I don't have to deal with the rings, and then we'll put them back in. Alrighty, so this is payday. Payday is on August 5th, and that lands on a Thursday. And then my second payday is August 20th, and that lands on a Friday. So at my job, I always get paid on the 5th and the 20th of the month. So got that planned out. Now we'll look at my bill tracker. So we got rent that comes out on the 1st. Then we got my car note that comes out on the 5th. Then we got tithing on the 5th. That's why I like to do it in pencil, because sometimes I can't spell. I also got investing, and then we got Apple Care on the 20th. Then we got Apple Care again on the 15th. Then we also got Netflix. And then we got tithing on the 20th. I don't know why I always want to spell tithing TH. Tithing there. Then we got phone bill. Spotify comes out on the 22nd. If you guys know any good music on Spotify, like if you ever make good playlists, let me know. I love music and I love all types of music, so if you guys got good playlists, share them with me. And then lastly is Canva on the 22nd as well. Alright, now that everything is mapped out, special events. My sissy's birthday is actually on the 27th. I think she's turning 28 or 27. No, she's turning 27. 27 on 27. Her golden birthday. Alrighty. So Stephanie's birthday. That's crazy. Time flies. And then I think my cousin Rochelle's birthday is on the 6th. Rochelle. I think that's right. Other than that, Miss Dora, one of my co-workers, her birthday lands on the 24th. That's her birthday, and I don't think there's any other special things that happen in August. But we'll see. I might remember something later on. But now we have everything mapped out, and now we're gonna make it all look pretty. Alright, you guys, we made it look a little cuter. So everything's laid out, everything's stickered, so I know when things are due. When I budget though, I really don't look at this calendar. I just like doing it because it's fun to use stickers and make stuff look cute. But really when I'm in the actual month, I don't really look at this. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, or maybe I should be looking at it a little bit more, but I've trained my brain where I really know when things come out, so I don't have to really keep track because my brain's kind of on autopilot at this point. So now we're going to get into the budget by paycheck worksheets, so we're going to map those all out. So let's get into it. Alright, you guys, we're getting into the budget by paycheck worksheet. So what I like to do is reference back from the last month so everything is cohesive. So what we're going to do is go in pencil and put in the bills. Then we'll do my digital cash envelopes because I am a card spender. Then we'll do sinking funds. I don't have any debt. The only debt that I have is my car, and I'm just paying that off with the normal payments, not doing any extra. And then extra savings, I don't really use that part either. So let's get into doing this. So the first thing I like to do is the paycheck date, which is going to be 8/5/21. And then I'll leave this blank. I'll fill that in when it's time to get paid. For the first bill is car. Then we have tithing. Then investments. Then we have Apple Care. Apple Care again. And Netflix. Alrighty. And so we'll also put the date So car comes out on the 5th, tithing is the 5th, investments is the 5th, Apple Care is the 6th, Apple Care again is the 15th, then Netflix is around the 15th. Sometimes this stuff varies, but lately it's been around these dates, so I wish it would be consistent, but it's not, and I don't know why, but it is what it is. Alrighty, so then let's also put the amount. So car is $337, tithing is $20, investment is $75, Apple is $2, and then $8, and then Netflix is $15. So then that should total up as $457 like normal. Now let's go to the envelope section. And first up we have groceries. So I like to leave this stuff blank because it varies on the amount I like to put in. So if you look here, groceries, I only did $133.20, but in total the grocery amount was $500, because that was because we were doing HelloFresh. Right now we're not doing it anymore, we're taking a break, so now the total amount will be $500. It is probably a high grocery bill for just 2 people, but my boyfriend and I, we really love food, like eating out, going to restaurants, and then even eating out at home. So we just love food, and we just prioritize that as a high priority for us. But you do whatever works best for you. And then you see how it's $50 for takeout. Sometimes, depending on the month, if like I know there's birthdays, so like my sister's birthday is next month, maybe I'll up it because we might go out to dinner for her. And then like this month in July, Dennis's birthday is actually tomorrow. He's turning 22, and I already had money set aside for that, so we could also eat out wherever he likes to go. He really loves seafood, and if you live in Arizona and you don't know about hot and juicy, you're missing out. Hot and juicy, so fire. We get the baby seasoning because everything else is way too spicy for us, but the baby seasoning is nice and sweet. You get that sea boil, oof, so freaking good. I kind of want some right now. And then gas is normally $45. I'm lucky I don't live too far from my job, and since the pandemic is still going on, I don't really go that many places anyway, so my gas doesn't have to be that much. And then myself, I always give myself $100 per check to do whatever I want to do. And then home varies. I do have it as $50 per month, but as you can see, like for the month of July, it was $116, and that was because we needed to restock on everything like toilet paper, paper towels, cleaning supplies, and things like that. So now I don't think in August we won't really need anything because we stocked up on everything that we need. But if we ever do, I do still budget that out. Maybe it'll just be a little bit less, or if I didn't budget it out at all, I'll just use the money from miscellaneous to pay for whatever I need. And then like right here, miscellaneous, this is a new category for me because when I started really tracking my spending, I noticed that there was some stuff I had to purchase that didn't really belong in a category. So what I decided to do is just make a miscellaneous category so I can track that and everything's accurate. So we'll leave this section blank, but I'm just gonna write out all the stuff. So right now we're at gas, and we got the ice cream man coming by. Do you guys still have ice cream trucks that come by where you guys live? I know for us it's kind of rare at this point, but when they come around, you know they're here because the music is very loud. So we'll leave that blank. Now we're on to the sinking funds. If you don't know what sinking funds are basically any upcoming expenses that you want to save for. So for me, like here you can see for car repairs, I have clothing, health and beauty, holidays and birthdays, then home and a puppy, and then Mad Money, Original Ink, which is my company, and then vacations. So I kind of combine my sinking funds and savings into one. Sinking funds, I define it as those are more savings that you use a lot more frequently. As savings, it's a bigger amount. So like home and puppy, I'm saving up to buy a house. So obviously I won't be touching that money as much as I would do for holidays and birthdays. So it's separate from your bills because it varies of when those events happen, and that's why they're called sinking funds. And I know a lot of people that have like 20 sinking funds, 2 sinking funds. It just all depends on your lifestyle and what's important to you. So like for me, I like to combine some of these categories because I like to keep everything simple and not be so too much, because I know in the past I have done way too much and it kind of got me flustered and kind of messed me up. So I tried to condense everything very simple for myself so I don't get overwhelmed. So now let's write these out, and these categories vary on how aggressively I need to save for a certain category or how much my bills and stuff like that came out of for my check, because I am an hourly employee, so my checks vary depending on how many hours that I got to work for the 2 weeks. And at the moment, the only thing really aggressive that I'm gonna start hitting for starting in August is home and puppy. So the apartment we live in now, I mean, it's okay and stuff like that, and I'm very happy that we're able to live on our own and survive and things like that, but I need to upgrade our living, so we're hitting that hard to be able to move out soon. And now Mad Money. So Mad Money, if you haven't seen that movie with Queen Latifah, you need to go watch it. I call it Mad Money because you always need a rainy day fund, but I don't like to call it a rainy day fund because that's just asking for trouble. So I like to call it Mad Money. Then we got Original Ink, that is my company. And then we got vacations. And then that is about it. Like I said earlier, don't have any debt besides my car, which I'm just paying the normal amount. And then any extra savings that would maybe come later, and I don't really use this section. So there's that. And then what we're going to do is move on to filling out the top portion of the expense tracker, and then we'll move on to Paycheck too. Alright, so if you don't know, I am a card spender. There's a so if you're new to budgeting, There's a popular group of people that are cash spenders, where they do everything in cash. And there's a group of people that are card spenders and put everything on their card. And then there's also a group of people that do both. I use credit cards. I like to use credit cards because I like to get the points. And then I also, it's just easier for me because I'm so on the go as being a coach and also working at a school. I get very busy, so to have everything automatically tracked for me as I'm swiping my card, it's really easy. When I first started with my budgeting journey, I was a cash spender, and that during that time it really taught me how to manage my money, and it really gave me perspective of this is tangible. So it really gives you a visual of how much money you have left, why you spent your money the way you did. And I think that really helped me develop the self-control I have now, and that's why I am able to use credit cards. So I never go over my max limit on my credit cards. How I do it is I spend that money for that one paycheck and then pay it off the next payday. And then so basically I'm paying off my credit card 2 times out of the month. So that has helped me rack up a lot of rewards points, and I'm hoping to use my rewards points to get hopefully a new iPad or a new laptop. It is going to take me a while to rack up those points, but I mean, it's basically free. So I'm just working on getting that. So that's how I like to do it. I also have 2 separate bank accounts. So my first bank account brings in my check from my job, and then my second account holds my sinking funds, and then also that's my account that I do all of my investing in. So I just recently got it into investing. Really don't understand it that much yet, but I want to also dive into that a little bit more, because I am realizing in order to build up great wealth for the future or generational wealth, you gotta get into the stock market or invest in real estate or anything like that. So I do have a financial advisor now who is helping me invest in a mutual fund. That is the best way to get in without that much risk, basically, is what he told me. I definitely want to learn more about stocks and how to invest in real estate and things like that, because I find it very fascinating on how the rich people stay rich, and I want to just become one of those very, financially, illiterate, is that the word you could use? Very financially smart, and also help others become more financially smart as well. But do it on our terms and what works best for us and our values. That's basically why I developed this channel, but we're getting off topic. So back to my 2 accounts. I have it set up like this, so it's living expenses and then sinking funds. That's how it's divided up on here. And then we have bills and checking accounts, and that's what's paid in debit. I did make the mistake, I believe it was in June, putting my bill amount with my expenses, because I am trying to do like the budget mom does, where she calculates up where all your money goes per category, and adding in those bills really messed it up. So I decided to divide it up into those 2, sections. And so far it's worked out really well. We'll see at the end of this month whether it worked or not. And then we'll make adjustments. So right here, I'll put in living expenses. expenses. And then, like I said, I use 2 credit cards. And also credit cards, they also protect you a lot more since we are in such a digital world. You gotta be really careful, and credit cards give that extra level of protection because it's not coming directly from your account like a debit card does. So, which I think is very nice. And then obviously I'll put in what I spent, like how I'm doing here. And then let's go on to the next page. And if you're wondering about my notebook is a happy planner. The reason why I like it is because of these rings that you can see and how I'm able to take it out and put it back in, kind of like a binder. And it works out well for me because I am a lefty, and when I have to deal with spirals and things like that, my handwriting gets a lot more wonky. So there's that. And now we'll put in bills here, and we've got debit 1 and then debit 2. And then we write down checking. And also cool thing about just using credit cards is like when you're waiting for those auto bills to come out and you might accidentally like spend that money. It's cool because my credit cards, I'm spending it on that account. So when I am waiting for, like, let's say Netflix or Canva to come out, I don't have to worry about accidentally spending that money because I'm using a separate account, which is really cool because I did have a problem with doing that before I started my system that I have now. So I do recommend, if you are new to budgeting or already a budgeting veteran or whatever you want to call yourself, I do recommend trying new things. Don't get always so stuck in your ways of doing things, because you never know if a new system might help you either save more on something or help you be more efficient. So always just keep on evolving. But if you have found something that works well for you, then by all means stick to it, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But for me, I know I could have done better, and so far I am doing better with doing this with my credit cards and having the 2 separate accounts. So it's working out very well for me. So do you, and stay true, as I always like to say. And let's move on to the next thing. All right, now we are on Paycheck 2. We're gonna fill that out really fast. What I'm gonna do is do another time lapse again, because basically it's the same thing and I kind of don't want to bore you guys and waste your time. So cue the montage. Alright, you guys, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys like this setup. I know the lighting was a little wonky because it is cloudy out today, but let me know if you guys like this setup where you could see me here and then you can also see the layout here. Or do you just like seeing the layout or other suggestions? I'm excited for August because school is starting. School actually starts July 27th. I'm so excited to see all of the kids getting back to sports and just getting back to the hard days of coaching and also working in the front office. It's very hard, but I love it. I love what I do. And that's about it. Always remember, be you, stay true, be original ink. I'll see you guys in the next video.